Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies of Man. Once again, it's been a while since I did one of these, but today we're going to be looking at Dark Knights of Steel issue 6. I'm super behind because even though I had this in my subscription box at my local comic book shop, I had not gone to pick it up in a long time. But I fixed the issue and I do have it now. I should have this video up on Saturday, and then 2 Saturdays from whenever this video goes up, I'll have the next review, assuming everything goes well. But yeah, Dark Knights of Steel is written by what's it called? Tom Taylor, sorry, and illustrated by Jasmine Putri. There's no news about the series from what I understand. However, a few months ago, there was a printing that collected the first 3 issues together into a single book. And I'm guessing that's going to continue for the rest of the mini-series or for the rest of the limited series. And that's pretty cool. I didn't see it myself. I didn't really care to collect it since I already had the individual issues. But I think it's an interesting way of making it easier for people to get into these types of series, right? So, yeah, in terms of a recap from issue 5, basically Zala, Kal-El's sister, and who I'm guessing is the stand-in for Supergirl in this series, gets back to the kingdom. Harley goes off to visit Poison Ivy in the Green Forest, and Diana arrives, but she is actually stopped by Poison Ivy. And we get to see that the mysterious kryptonite thing that Bruce and Alfred bring back make Kal kind of evil. And he attacks Batman after he has revealed his connection with Kal, and Bruce is saved by the Kents, which is a really interesting way of looking at this story. I think it's really cool that in this world, or in this version of it, the person that gets to be nurtured by the Kents is Batman and not Kal-El, which I think is really, really cool. Now, on to the actual review of this book. So, it opens on Constantine mourning for his king, and we get to learn that he was more or less in love with Jefferson, which I think is pretty par for the course in terms of the Constantine character. If I remember correctly, he is bisexual, maybe pansexual, I can't remember, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that he was in love with Jefferson. We get to see Tim Drake show up, and of course, he's called Timothy Drake in this version of the world. He talks to Constantine, and Constantine reveals that he knew that Tim was a spy, that he was one of Bruce's Robins, and then he reveals it to the princess of the Storm Kingdom, Lightning Kingdom. I can't remember the name of their kingdom. And then she, force lightnings Tim, and she banishes him from the palace after Constantine makes sure to let her know that she shouldn't kill Drake. And so the boy gets saved. Eventually, he manages to make it back to the El's palace, and he reports to the queen. He tells her, hey, they're getting ready to war because it looks like Zala killed Jefferson and Jefferson's son. I think his name was Jacob. And it doesn't matter that, Zala says she didn't do it, because there's a lot of people that say that she did. It seems beyond just like a fake, reason to go to war. And it's a really interesting kind of situation there. So they start planning. Amanda Waller talks to Cal's mom. And then we get a scene shift where Cal goes to visit Jimmy Olsen. And he asks them if he knows anything about Batman. He says he doesn't, and then Cal flies away. We don't know where at this point. Then another scene shift happens, and we get to see Constantine summoning a devil. I'm guessing this devil is supposed to be Trigon, I think. I don't know any other devils from the DC world that would be summoned like this. And Constantine tells him, hey, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your boss. And then what happens is that Ra's al Ghul shows up. And Ra's al Ghul looks like a badass. I love his style. It completely matches with the theme of the story. So I really find that to be very fun. Then Constantine takes him to see the bodies of Jefferson and Jacob. And he asks if Ra's al Ghul can revive them. He says he can't revive Jefferson because he has a hole in his chest. There's nothing there for him to fix, but he can possibly fix the young son. And he says that, you know, it's possible, but it might not be the same person that they lost. And Constantine asks him what it's going to take. And Constantine is told that Ra's al Ghul wants to know the location of the Teen Titans. Or, well, he just calls them the Titans. He calls them the children. And he reaches out his hand for a handshake. And I'm guessing he accepts because it seems logical that he would. And then we get a scene shift where Kal-El goes to visit the Amazonians on Themyscira, which apparently is called Amazonia in this place, in this version. And they attack Cal, but it's kind of weird because he says he doesn't really want to attack them. But I guess after the situation with Zala, they don't really trust that. And so they all attack him. And he basically just defends himself. And he says he doesn't want to fight. And then Hippolyta shows up. And she stabs Cal with her magic sword, which is pretty cool. And then we get a scene shift where we see Cal tied to a post by the lasso of truth. And we get to see Lois Lane talk to him. And, well, Cal looks very messed up because he's never felt pain in his life. And so suddenly feeling this type of pain now is pretty horrifying. And she tells him about the lasso of truth and stuff like this. And they have a small talk. And eventually we learn that the Themyscirans, the Amazonians, have left to go to war already. And it finishes with this very cool image here, which I think is really, really nice. And I'm pretty excited to see where this issue leads into the next one. So I'm really excited with that. So far, I feel like there hasn't really been too much action going on in this series. I like it. I think it's pretty exciting. I really like the thematics of it. The aesthetic of the story is really, really cool. But I do feel that there has been a distinct lack of excitement and interesting turmoil. So I'm really happy to see that it's finally moving forward because maybe it's because I don't really have an attachment with the majority of the characters shown. I mean, I care about the Justice League characters quite a bit. I don't really care too much about Black Lightning, and I don't really care about Constantine either. So I think that since half of those characters are characters I don't know too much about and I don't care about too much, it is affecting my enjoyment of the series a little bit. And that's mostly on me. That doesn't have anything to do with the writing, but it is affecting my enjoyment of the series a little bit. And so I do want to see the series move forward and get faster and more exciting because, well, it hasn't been too exciting so far. So, yeah, mostly I'm reading the series because I think the aesthetic of it is cool. And I do like the idea of this Game of Thrones-esque world where we also have these superhero characters. And I find that really fascinating. And 4 out of the 6 issues have been exciting for me. It's just that it hasn't been like as amazing as I thought it would be from the beginning. But I'm going to happily continue to collect the series. It's halfway done, so there isn't too much more left. And I'm curious to see if Tom Taylor is going to get deeper into this world and explore other things about it after he finishes this limited series. So, yeah, there really isn't anything else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.